blessings are abound. Blessings are all around us. Everywhere you look, there's a blessing. The beauty of the sunset, looking into your partner's eyes, looking at a friend, saying good job. Those are all blessings. You know what one of my very favorite blessings to see are? When I'm in Hawaii and you see a rainbow. Anybody seen a rainbow? Anybody seen a double rainbow? What about one in Hawaii? No? Oh, Heather, you got one? Maybe a little. It is a truly miraculous sight. What's something about a rainbow that's so incredible?
Colors.
What is it?
Colors.
Uh-huh. Is it a bunch of colors? Is that what you're saying? Huh?
She's saying it's an order to them.
There's an order to them. Yeah, I like that. Well, yeah.
It's a reminder of God's promise.
You're getting ahead of me. I like it. I like it. What's so beautiful about a rainbow? Yeah, you.
I was going to say it's just created by some little very small particles of water.
Very small particles of water, and they mix in with what? Light. So when raindrops mix with light, it creates these beautiful colors. And in our faith, in our tradition, there is a biblical story that tells all about the miracle of rainbows. And it's exactly what my friend Dave just suggested. Has anybody heard of the story of Noah? Yeah. And God said to Noah, right? You know the song, right? Yeah, no, Michael, we're not going to sing the whole thing right now. We're not going to sing the whole thing right now. But there's a whole story. You know, the people weren't making some good decisions, and God says to Noah, you better build an ark pretty quickly, and the animals go on twosies by twosies, because there's going to be a flood, right? And it's going to reset the whole earth. But there's something that appears way at the top there. It's a rainbow. And a rainbow is a reminder to us of the covenant between God and our people. Basically saying, God's telling us, you know what? Every time you see a rainbow, I got your back. That's what the covenant is. It means I got your back. And so on holidays like today and this week, when we observe Passover, we too are reminding ourselves of that tradition and our covenant with God. And so when we think of that covenant and that agreement and that I got your back thing, that is exactly what we are saying to ourselves on this holiday of freedom. And just like every other holiday that we have here at SHM during a family service, I like to bring it all back to my favorite thing in the world, food. And so, just like we did on Hanukkah, there is no talking about the covenant and our relationship with God and the people than talking about how different groups of people, Jews from around the world, observe Passover. So let's go to the next slide right now. And we are going to visit our friends in Iran, or even here in the United States too. Ever eaten haroset? You ever eaten haroset? Okay. So, haroset is my favorite part of Passover other than gefilte fish. I love gefilte fish. I know, I'm weird. You either love it or you don't like it. There's nothing in between. But haroset, there are so many different kinds of haroset. There's Ashkenaz style, which has the apples and the nuts and the wine. And then there's Sephardic style, which has some dates, and it's really delicious, and you spread it. That's also my favorite. But Persian tradition has a type of haroset that we call halak. And halak reflects all of the Persian fruits and spices that are in their tradition. So they use not just dates, not just cinnamon, not just apple. You know what else they put in theirs? Banana. And it is super, super delicious. And they put it into a little ball just like that on the plate. They put it on the matzah, and they go, and that is halak. I challenge you to look up a recipe and try it. It's pretty amazing. Let's go to the next one. You ever had minestrone soup? You ever had minestrone soup? Yeah, it's kind of like a vegetable soup, right? But this one, this one has the addition of some pieces of matzah mixed into the minestrone soup, as well as a beaten egg yolk. Yeah, well, no, it's actually pretty good. You put it all together and it's a delicious, hearty soup. So, and anybody notice a word in that slide that they may have sung this past? Dayenu, right? Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu. Yeah, you did it. That's right. It would have been enough. So they kind of put the whole kitchen sink inside of this minestrone soup, and it is pretty delicious. Let's go to the next one. Masoki. This is from Tunisia. I'm not sure if anybody here has visited Tunisia recently, but this looks like a really interesting dish. We have all kinds of vegetables, and we have some meat. And no, you can use lamb. Lamb is a really good idea, but we mix it with potatoes, and we mix it with carrots, and we mix it with peas, and it can turn into a little bit of a stew. But in the end, we're focusing on the meat. So if you do eat meat, this is perfect for you, but you can do it vegetarian style as well, and it is really delicious. Now, in Tunisia, they speak French there as well. And so back in France, this dish is also quite popular during Passover as well. Tunisians, Algerians, they eat this dish as well. It's also known, they're known to put not just orange carrots, but white and yellow carrots as well. Gives it a little bit of a different flavor. The next one is from Turkey, but any other Sephardic Sephardic country. And this is called Aniranas. Is that right? How do you say it? Okay, Aniranas. Even better, Aniranas. What's that mean? Artichokes. Lots of artichokes. You can see, anybody like artichokes in here? Artichokes are delicious. Now, they eat a lot of this in Turkey, not just on Passover, but it is kosher for Passover. It is a really simple dish, and it mixed in with a bunch of Turkish spices, a little bit of parsley. And you can see the parsley in a little bit of green colors. What does the color green remind you of? Springtime. Exactly. And Pesach falls in spring. So this dish is the perfect reminder that spring is coming. So if you ever visit Turkey, head for some artichokes. Next one, masalahi. Masalahi. This is from India. I love walking in to an Indian restaurant or anybody's kitchen that has Indian food because their spices, curry, it's so incredibly delicious. Now, there is a special Jewish community that lives in India in the city of Cochin, and it traces back to the origin of a shipwreck that left 7 Jewish people stranded on the Indian coast 2,000 years ago. And they kept their Jewish traditions going through their cooking, used Indian spices, and came up with this delicious meal that kind of looks a little bit like tikka masala in a way. Really delicious. It incorporates lamb, and that, of course, recalls the initial Passover, the Paschal sacrifice. So this is also delicious, and you could eat it with matzah in place of your naan, and it is delish. And this is a widespread dish used in Indian Jewish homes. The next one looks a little bit like lasagna, doesn't it? But since it's not, what does it look like? Do you put spinach in your brownies? Wow, okay, well, that's cool too. Mina de Pesach. This comes from Portugal, Italy, and other Sephardic countries. And it is meant to be, it has the layers like a layered icebox cake. right? But this one's a little bit more like lasagna made with pizzas. So Sephardic Jewish communities from all over the world enjoy these types of layered pies. Some of them can be filled with chicken and mushroom, others with just cheese and spinach, and some other vegetarian styles, or others might use lamb and just have it be kind of like a meat pie, and it's layered with stiff matzah so it stays intact the whole entire time when you bake it. Now, it can be cut up and served as an appetizer, or it could even be your main dish throughout Passover. That is pretty amazing. So you now have a whole bunch of different ideas of things to cook until Wednesday evening. If you want to cook this after Wednesday evening, you could try, but maybe save it for next year's Pesach as well. But now we learned a little bit about culture. We learned a little bit about what our people, our Jewish people, do all around the world. And just as the rainbow is a reminder of the blessings and the covenant between God and the Jewish people, when you eat this food also, it reminds us of that same covenant, that we can be free and have those blessings to celebrate our traditions of who we are all around the world. Shabbat Shalom.